Hi everyone, today we are going to look at a very fundamental algorithm which is a sorting algorithm called merge sort. So this is a very fundamental sorting algorithm that is very important to understand. It has importantly very good time complexity of n log n, and like many sorting algorithms which has this performance, this complexity, it is actually a divide and conquer method. So what we mean by the divide is we break the problem into sub problems and try to solve each of the sub problems, right? So that's the basic idea behind divide and conquer. You break the original problem into sub problems and then basically aggregate or combine all the results from the sub problems. So basically in the sorting parlance, what we would have is we will have some kind of an array, right? Let's say we have some array like this. I'm going to put in some random values, 5, 2, 3, 9, 11, something like this, right? So what you do in merge sort first is you find a midpoint, right? You find a midpoint and you break the array into two halves. Like one could be called a left half and then the other will be called a right half, right? And then what you do is you check basically if the index, and you will have another array where the final result is obviously going to be stored, right? So what you do is you would actually check based on your halves, right? Your left half and right half, you would check whether the element that is pointed by the index in the left array is greater than the right array. Like you'll be doing one by one comparison. But before doing that, you would not actually apply it directly on the first left array and the first right array. What will happen is you will break down further this left array into smaller arrays, right? Eventually you will reach a point where your array becomes atomic, like it becomes like having just one element. You will get left array and right array splitted in that manner. So I'm not going to break down into an example because that will be defeating the purpose, where I am actually more interested in writing the code for this. But it's very important that we understand clearly what happens in a merge sort, and understand it in a very good manner, because there is a very powerful idea at play here that is called recursion. Which needs to be understood very clearly and can be a bit non-intuitive at times. So the ideas are, you break based on some midpoint that you have, left array and right array. You make a recursive call, then you basically compare the elements in the left array and right array, and then based on whichever is bigger or smaller, you update the array, right? So that's the funda. So let's try to now write the code for this. Okay, so let's write the code. So I'm going to initialize define a function merge sort, which will take a list, calling it as list, right? So I'm going to first have a condition that the condition to terminate basically the recursion, that is if the len of list that comes in should be greater than 1, only then all this thing we should do, right? Otherwise that's the smallest atomic level to which recursion should have. This is basically the terminating condition. Then what we do is we find the mid. So mid is basically what? Mid is len of the list, we are dividing by 2, You don't want point values or something, that's why you used a double slash, right? And then you need a left half and a right half. So the left half could be got by indexing like this, right? We are saying give me all the elements till mid, and the right half is basically going to be the other way. We will be indexing from mid till the end of the array. So we have got two half. Now here is the part which will throw many people off, but this is what I would call the recursive leap of faith, where I am going to now call the same function recursively with the left and right arrays. This might seem very counterintuitive, and if this is not clear, I would recommend you to try it out in, let's say, something like a debug mode to actually understand what is happening. We are trying to get to a point where we break the list into atomic level values. So we will call merge sort left, as well as we will call merge sort right. Okay, now is the interesting point, right? So we have taken this recursive leap of faith. Now we have to actually implement the sorting logic. So I will have three index pointers. One is going to be the index pointer for my left, which is I. Then I'm going to have my index pointer for right, which is j, and I'm going to keep an index pointer for my array, which is going to be k, right? So what we'll be doing is first let's actually write the condition for the major while loop, which would do the sorting part, right? So that is going to be a simple logic. We'll write while I is lesser than len of list, sorry, it's actually left, and j is lesser than len of right, right? This being the condition, what we can do is we can check. Okay, this basically means that we will break out of the while loop if one of these criteria are not actually satisfied. We can do if left of I is lesser than right of, maybe, yeah, right of j. We're checking whether the left part first element is lesser than the right part first element. Then what should we do? We will have okay, I missed one thing. I should probably have defined some another list somewhere above as no, we can maybe do in place sorting actually. So let's actually do in place operation. So we'll just say we'll have the list, right? List of k is equal to left of I, right? If left element is smaller, then you're basically putting that into the list. And here basically what we can do is we can set we can increment the value of I, right? And that is done, right? Now there's an else clause to this, which is the right element is basically lesser than or equal to the left of I, right? So in that case, what we are doing is we had to replace it with the right of I, right? So list of k in that case will be right of I, so right of j, and what we had to do would be increment j plus equal to 1. I made a mistake here, it's j plus equal to 1, right? And either way we would have to increment the k, right? So k plus equal to 1 has to be done, because that's the final array in which the elements gets returned to. Okay, So now see, this is the major sorting chunk of it. You are looking at the left element, the first element in the left array, first element in the right array. You are kind of sorting, and you are moving this pointers, right, accordingly. So there might be a case where either the left array has remaining values which it has not reached, I mean all the index positions have not been traversed, or the right array might have remaining values, right? So we need some mechanism to kind of append. So only thing is it will be either one of those two, because our first while loop would ensure that either one of the left arrays or right arrays have been fully traversed. So we can have another while logic. This could be implemented with an if also, but we'll implement it through while, where we are checking whether I is less than len of left, right? If that is the case, then what we just need to do is we need to put list of k is equal to left of I, right? And then we just need to increment I plus equal to 1 and k plus equal to 1, right? Now there's the other obvious case, which is that the left array has been fully traversed but the right array remains to be traversed. Then what we would need would be while j is less than len of right, then we do list of k is equal to right of j, right? I don't need that. And here what we'll be incrementing will be j plus equal to 1 and k plus equal to 1, right? Yeah, so finally we are done now after. So either one of these guys would get basically executed, and the final thing that we would have to obviously do would be return list, right? So it will be the sorted array. So we'll just quickly walk through what we did once again. So the first part is to basically, see, there's no point in doing any of this operation unless the list is actually having an element, having at least two elements. That's why we have this base condition. Then we find the mid basically by doing len divided by 2 and get a wall number. We break it into two parts, the left part of the array and right part of the array. And then we are going to call the recursive merge sort on the left and right. Like I said, this is the recursive leap of faith that we are doing. What it will do is it will keep going here until so it is not like it will go and execute merge sort left and then right away come to merge sort right. Merge sort left gets executed until it is broken down into atomic values, and then it will come to merge sort right. So once we have the breakdown happening, we would need three index pointers. The first two are for actually holding up on the elements of the left part of the array, left array, and then j for the right array, and we'll be using k for holding the k for holding the actual traversal of the final array that we would want to mutate, right? We are doing the mutation in place because once we have done the merge sort, we have already got the array broken down into the shape that we need. So we are doing it in place. So this portion here is the main logic, the sorting logic, right? So the funda here is we would break out, let's say if one of the either the left array or the right array has been fully traversed, right? Unless that happens, as a terminating condition for the while loop, this loop gets executed. What we are checking is if the left the current element pointed by the index in the left array, if it is lesser than right array, then obviously it makes sense to, since we are doing sorting, to put the smallest number in the list, right? And here we are doing we have basically we have hitted on the left array, and left array is pointed by the index pointer I. So it makes sense to increment I here by 1, right? The else case of that will be that it is not the left array that is actually having the smaller value, but it's the right array. So then what we do is like we replace the that kth element in the final output array by the right the element in the right array, right? So there we are going to actually increment by j, because j being the index pointer, and then we can so anyhow within this loop either one of those clauses will get executed, and after every update we have to also increment k, which is a pointer that actually holds the output for the final array. Now what we have to do is there will be cases where either the left array or the right array has not been fully traversed or iterated. So any one of these two will get executed. So what we are doing here is, let's say if it is the left array which is remain to be still iterated, we will iterate to each of the elements and then put it under list. And since it is the left array, we have to increment I as well as we have to increment k. Now if it is the right array, then we would basically put the right elements value into list, and then we will increment the j pointer as well as the k pointer, and then we'll return the list. Yep, so that is basically the merge sort algorithm. A little bit on the time complexity. It is O of n log n. The exact derivation of this time complexity needs us to look at the recurrence relation, because this is an algorithm that is also kind of using recursion in between. But you can think of it in this way. There is actually one part here which is a bit like O of n. You can think of it as this part as O of n, and then there's a recursive call that gets made, which is actually you can think of it as breaking down the problem into smaller problems, and you are eliminating a portion of the thing every time, which is typically log n. So you can kind of intuitively understand that is why it is become O of n log n. But the exact value why it is so, you have to look at the recursive the recurrence relation that has come out from the program, which is out of scope for this video. So we'll just leave it that. So, but this is the very fundamental sorting algorithm which everyone should understand, and it might be something that might get asked in interviews or other things.